This is Robert Kraft, and we're coming to you live on SNNLive from the 8th Annual Precious Metals Summit here in Beaver Creek, Colorado. With me right now is Robert Carrington from Newrange Gold Corp, publicly traded company, two symbols for you, NRG on the TSX Venture and NRGOF in the U.S. Robert, welcome back to SNNLive.
Robert, good to be here. Thank you for having us.
It's great to have you on. So, for our audience, let's get an overview of the company and we'll go from there.
Okay, well, Newrange started life as Columbia Mines Corporation. Today we still maintain two projects in Columbia, and our flagship property in Nevada is the Pamlico District, a very high-grade gold district in western Nevada. We're proud of the fact that we have never consolidated or rolled the company's stock back since the IPO. Today we have 77 million shares issued and outstanding, 95 million fully diluted.
So let's get a history of the company then. You know, what inspired you to get into Columbia and then now with the flagship property in Nevada?
Well, I'm a Nevada geologist, and most of our management and technical team are Nevada-based. But I have been working in Columbia since 1992. Obviously, at one point, Columbia had produced 35% of the gold ever produced in mankind's history. And so it's a very richly endowed region in terms of all metals, copper, gold, silver, everything. And it was a logical place with a reasonably good governmental jurisdiction at the time that was tremendously underexplored. At the time that I first went into Columbia in 1992, I had managed projects in the U.S. and Canada that had more drilling on the individual project than the entire country of Columbia had for gold in 1992. So very promising greenfields exploration terrain. It's matured a lot now. Still a very interesting area to work in. But as a Nevada-based geologist, I know Nevada like the back of my hand. And there was an opportunity to acquire the Pamlico District, which is a very unique opportunity in Nevada because it's tremendously underexplored because of the ownership history. And being a Nevada geologist, I knew the geology very well and actually had a family relationship with the owners. The district was first consolidated into private hands in 1898. And was owned by one of three private family groups until we acquired it in 2016. So it's a very limited exploration on the property in terms of modern exploration, which is very unique in Nevada. Most of the gold districts like Pamlico have seen multiple periods of very heavy exploration. And to be able to go out and drill intercepts where we have 6 meters of 98 grams, and 1.5 meters of 340 grams, just spectacular drill intercepts, is relatively uncommon, and especially in a state like Nevada. Most people are going off to the far-flung corners of the world to do that, not a project that's 2 hours from their front door.
So let's get an update then, I guess, on where you're at in the exploration development on both the flagship project and your properties in Columbia.
Yeah. On the flagship property, Pamlico, we're clearly in the exploration stage. We do not have a resource on any of our projects, but at Pamlico we only have 47 drill holes in the property to date. As a comparison, the Round Mountain mine, which lies on trend to the east of us, has 4,700 drill holes. So we have a long ways to go. But we have had tremendous drilling success. Out of the 47 holes, we have 38 major drill intercepts. So it's very high success rate there. And the reason we're monetizing the Colombian assets is to put more effort into Pamlico and provide a non-dilutive financing going forwards.
So, what's the exploration team's experience in, let's talk on the flagship project, because that seems to be the primary focus right now, am I correct?
It's definitely it's about the only focus. The exploration team is a very seasoned group of individuals. Nate Tewalt is a geologist, co-founded the company. With management and our technical team, we have combined Nevada experience in excess of 100 years. And the technical team members have discovered more than 61 million ounces of gold in total, been involved in the discovery of over 200 million ounces of silver and right at 1.5 billion pounds of copper. So everybody there knows what it takes to find a mine, and many of us have actually been involved in the development and operation of mines. I've worked both in underground and open pit operations. One of our advisory board members is a gentleman by the name of Dave Russell. He's a mining engineer that built Getchell Gold into a billion-dollar company that Placer Dome bought at $31 a share. He took it all the way from 50 cents to $31. So very, very successful individuals, very knowledgeable. And everybody that's ever been to Pamlico is very impressed with it, very, very excited about the upside possibilities. The main zone we're exploring at Pamlico is a 2.5-mile long zone we call Pamlico Ridge. It's pretty easily identified. The first hint that there's something there is the 300-some mine workings on it. And there's a parallel zone called Gold Box Canyon that we've been mapping and sampling in. At first we thought it was a much smaller zone, but our work to date indicates that it's at least 1.5 miles long, and sampling there has yielded values as high as 90 grams an outcrop. So it's a very promising target zone in its own right. It lies about 1/2 mile to the northeast of the Pamlico Ridge zone.
And from what you can tell me, what are some of the company's value catalysts moving forward into 2019?
Moving forward into 2019, the real value catalysts obviously are going to be additional drilling. Right now we are in the process of surveying approximately 5 miles of previously unmapped and unsampled underground workings. That will give us much better vectoring information on the system and improve our targeting. Although with 38 hits out of 47 holes, we've had pretty good luck so far. But importantly, it will also allow us to drill without drilling into mine workings, which is often expensive because you can get your drill steel stuck and lose hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of steel. We're really striving to achieve enough drilling in the project to identify a maiden resource on it. We are just now initiating a metallurgical program. That will start off with cyanide shake assays. Once we get the information from those, we'll move on into bottle rolls and ultimately large column leach tests. Pamlico is unique. It's very much like Round Mountain in some ways because we see very high-grade structures that cut or are surrounded by a large cloud of low-grade disseminated mineralization. So Pamlico has both a selective, possibly high-grade underground mining scenario and a large open pit scenario with probable open pit heap leach technology. Mineralization at Pamlico is very interesting. It has some of the deepest oxidation I've ever seen in my life, or any that I've actually worked on. The oxidation extends from the surface to a depth of about 300 meters on the property, which is extremely favorable. It eliminates a lot of possible metallurgical problems. And Pamlico is also unique in the fact that it's a silica deficient system. The gold is actually associated with some very soft, friable iron oxides, which for open pit heap leach mining is great because your normal mining is going to expose most of the gold and promote the recoverability of it. So there are a lot of things about Pamlico that make it look like it should be a very low-cost, low-capex project to put into production. And of course, the higher grade mineralization, where you're getting stuff running over 3 ounces a ton, you would not be putting mineralization like that on a leach pad. You more than likely would be putting that in a small mill.
And where can our audience go and find more information about Newrange Gold?
They can go to our website, www.newrangegold.com. You can find a lot more information there on both the Pamlico project and on the Colombian assets. But as I said, we're monetizing the Colombian assets to focus on Pamlico.
My name is Robert Kraft, and I'm coming to you live on SNNLive, and we're here at the 8th Annual Precious Metals Summit here in Beaver Creek, Colorado. With me again has been Robert Carrington from Newrange Gold, publicly traded company. The symbol is NRG on the TSX Venture and NRGOF in the U.S. Robert, always a pleasure.
Robert, thank you very much. Have a good afternoon.